You guys are the best. Sarah took my little quote, but that's what I'm starting my speech out with. So, I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to make many ripples. Can you imagine a world without limits? If everyone lifted you up, believed in you, supported you, without boundaries or limiting beliefs, you could do anything and be anyone you wanted to be. Swim with Heart was born out of a desire to create a safe place to change the world for others by adding value and inspiration to people from all walks of life. But where does someone get and keep the inspiration to take on the challenge to create a place for such life-changing growth? By all odds, I never should have been a competitive swimmer. I'm 5'3". Well, no, I'm 5'5". I don't know why I said that. My teammates are all 6'3". Did you know Michael Phelps is 6'4" with an arm span of 6'7"?
Wow.
Yeah. How did I make it as far as I did? Ballet and swimming were the only two things I didn't get kicked out of in my younger years. Brownies, gymnastics, expelled from kindergarten while my mom was PTA president.
Wow.
Let's just say I had an entrepreneurial spirit as an instigator for change from a young age. Eventually, I chose to focus on swimming. It's so great that you guys are all smiling, because whenever I'm hiccuping, I see a smile that's believing in me, so thank you. Eventually, I chose to focus on swimming. Why? Because it's repetitive, meditative, and generally it's in a straight line with the same turn, so I couldn't get lost. By the time I was 6, I was on the swim team and going to practice every day. And for me, it always felt fantastic. When I was swimming, I didn't have to worry about anything. I grew up in a very difficult household. The pool was an escape that let me feel safe and free from the emotional, mental, and physical drama I experienced at home. Swimming gave me time to contemplate, write homework assignments in my head, and figure out how to deal with peer pressure. When I was swimming, I worked through the problems of my day. Swimming helped me deal with my mother and our difficult relationship. She would attend with me and sit quietly at the pool, waiting and sewing. She was always a lot calmer after we went to practice, so it relaxed both of us. My father only came to 2 swim meets. He never understood why anyone would want to spend 7 hours a day training in the pool. I wish my father had seen these statistics. Studies show that swimming is healthy for any age. It helps children develop faster, reduces stress, and as we age, it helps us stay mentally and physically agile. When I was 15, I got the opportunity to try out for the Olympics. I came in 9th at the 92 trials. I went to national competitions with the support of who I call my passion coaches, Chris Martin and Dick Schulberg. A passion coach is someone who believes in you, adds value to your life, inspires you to do the thing you think you cannot do, and ultimately makes you believe in yourself even when you don't have it in you. I always need to understand the purpose of why I am doing something. It has to be meaningful. The journey is always as important as the goal. My passion coaches always had meaningful answers that would provoke me or motivate me to my impossible goal time, point, or purpose. After that, being faster always felt possible. Did you know that biologically swimming is low body impact? It yields high rewards on our health. It improves the health of the heart, lowers blood pressure, increases lung capacity, reduces joint pain, increases bone density, improves brain function, and I have seen it help many of my children develop faster and builds confidence in people in remarkable ways, especially when they are given purpose in the pool. One of my little sharkies got out of the pool and threw up. His mother asked, "Why is he throwing up?" It took me a minute, and I realized he was exhausted. He had pushed his fragile body the same way that Olympic champions do. He finished his first lap, and it took him literally 12 minutes. The pure determination, the exhilaration of finishing was amazing. I explained to his mom, and he had cerebral palsy and autism, that her son just gave everything that he had. When we did that in college, it was celebrated because throwing up meant we had given it all. We used to say, "Today I gave everything I had, and what I kept, I lost forever." Tonight, we are here in this place to celebrate the power of whatever your passion is and giving it your all. I did not make the Olympic team. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. I got to ninth at Olympic trials, and you have to place first or second in my events. I missed the final by 0.25 of a second. From the ages to 15 to 30, I used to consider this my biggest failure. 30 to 40, I thought it didn't really matter. Now, I consider it, finally, quite an accomplishment. I love my time at USC. I got a lot of third and fourth places. I did not get my name on the Wall of Fame, but I got a degree, an NCAA championship ring, incredible friends and teammates who have been there for me through and through. I coached at Columbia University in New York City for 2 years after USC. Then I went to the New York Athletic Club, planning parties for my friends on the Olympic team. I was also very fortunate to work for Dick Clark in radio for 7 years, hiring actors and producing content that was basically Jerry Springer for radio to increase audiences. Then in 2008, local radio froze and syndication became the way most stations would do business. During that time, I was volunteering and working at the Rose Bowl swimming pool here in Pasadena. Here I learned that I had a gift working and communicating with non-verbal children. Word spread, and families with special needs started showing up asking me, "Can you teach my kiddos?" And before I knew it, I had a full teaching schedule. At the Rose Bowl, I had the role of the Stingrays head coach, that was the special needs team, and the varsity coach of the USA swim team. Then the position of therapy pool director became available, and I was not given the job. There is nothing like being overlooked for a position to light a raging fire inside your heart that moves you in a new direction. So I started working for another organization for kids with special needs. And by working for these other places, I saw that I could do a better job. I now get to treat everyone fairly. I work with caring adults who respect the work we do for them. I hold high ethical standards, and I lead with a set of core values. Let me tell you about Ronan. He sits on the wall, splashes in, does 5 strokes, flips over, takes a breath, and keeps going. We all cheer, "Keep going, Ro." Despite having what some describe as a terminal childhood illness, he is in it to win it. And he dreams, and I am a big part of believing in his dream. He wants to become an astronaut. He's 8 years old. These special needs kiddos need someone who really cares and takes more leadership, equipping them with skills to inspire greatness. This is where Swim with Heart started to take shape. The passion that has led me to this point has been building all along. I never really wanted to start my own company. I'm excellent at a supporting role. But I realized there were so many opportunities to support underdeserved people that I felt a strong pull in the direction of Swim with Heart. You know, I really thought it was going to be easy. It turns out nothing worth doing is ever easy. It's a lot of hard work, I have made my mistakes along the way, but it's hard to call mistakes a failure if you learn and grow from them. I know I have a God-given talent with the little Sharkies and Sharks, and I am humbled and blessed to work with such special athletes, children, and make differences in the lives of them and their families. I am gifted in many areas with the children, and I'm currently reaching out to others who also have special gifts. For mentorship, for support on our board, and in administrative roles to help us develop Swim with Heart and build the organization. As you know, in December of 2016, I had a stroke. It has been a difficult road back to where we are. Swim with Heart successfully has been growing since October 2010, and next year is our 10th year anniversary. We took a little dip after my stroke, and I stand before you, only feeling one side, to ask you to join me and develop our community to not only get back to where we were, but to exceed expectations and ultimately reach our future goals. Let me tell you my vision. Remember when I asked you to imagine a place without limits and boundaries? Just as we have inspired and encouraged our students to dream and grow, I'm sharing with you my dream tonight, my vision for tomorrow's Swim with Heart. It will be a place where you can come to be accepted, to meditate, to train, and perform at your best. To be part of a place where people support and encourage you and where it is safe. I know you value deep connections, relationships, and building people through inspiration as much as we do. Please join us. Join our community and tell us how you wish to contribute. Tonight, if there is one thing I know, it's that when we add tremendous value to other people's lives, we add value to our own life. Because we are here to serve, and in service we shine. This morning I look around the room and I see many giants within their own communities who as teachers, mentors, lay the path before me and who have taught me that the vision of Swim with Heart is not only foreseeable, it is here tonight, or today, or this morning, with us all. Thank you.